Hello and welcome to the Tea and Timbits podcast. I'm Andy.
And I'm Scott.
This podcast is about global perspectives on business development to help you prosper. I got lost there. It's absolutely fine. Let's keep going. It's no problem. Today we are going to be talking about AI and how it could have helped me with that introduction there, maybe. But we're going to talk about the power of AI. AI is something that I don't use very much. It is a hot topic that everyone is talking about, but we figured we'd jump on it because Scott is very active in his use of AI and is going to teach us a few things about how to benefit from it from his own perspectives. So before we get into that topic though, Scott, do you have a story for us?
I do, Andy. Thanks for asking. This one may not be a terribly long one, but I think it was a good one to share. I had a client reach out to me not too long ago to do a little brainstorm and talk about the fact that their business, they have a well-established media business, but it had sort of reached the end of its practical lifespan from a profitability perspective. And, you know, the comment or the reflection was, well, what am I going to do now? And I can't believe that sort of, I'm paraphrasing, but, it's come to this natural end. Mm-hmm. And of course, I said, well, hold on a second. You've got a decade of content there. This is only the beginning, and it may be completely transformational. You may go in a completely different direction. You may even decide to start something new, but do not abandon that library of content, that established brand, for anything that it's worth. There are going to be lots of other people out there doing similar or completely different things that are going to find value in that library of content. You just need to figure out who they are, meet some people, do some intentional networking, like we talked about on our last episode, and get yourself, front of mind with some of those other people that can help you turn it into something new. So I guess the reason I wanted to share that was just to remind everybody not to necessarily abandon or even discount the value of a lot of the assets that you've already collected in your business, in your daily life, in your professional journey or otherwise.
Very good. Interesting story there, Scott. Thank you very much for that reminder and for the story. So today, what I'm hoping to get out of this discussion on AI today, and that I hope our listeners also get out of it, is a bit of insight into how it can be used for the benefit of a business and from a business development perspective. It is something that I know you have worked with quite a lot, Scott. So this is going to be predominantly you leading on this conversation today. So I shall leave it to you now. Scott, how can we use AI in a business development perspective?
I'll be transparent here. When you suggested that we talk about this, I thought, oh, come on. Like, it's actually been a year. This is old news. And everybody, has a ChatGPT account and knows about AI or has been talking about it. No. Do we really have anything meaningful to contribute to the conversation? So I hope we do. And I just to add to that desired outcome, one thing I want people to do is, if they have not gone and gotten the paid version of ChatGPT, I'd like you to do that. I'd like you to spend the $20 or whatever it is in your currency. And I'd like you to invest a little bit of time in understanding the difference between what you get when you become a ChatGPT Plus user versus just using the free tools, because there is an astonishing difference between the two.
Help me to understand then what is that difference. I've only ever had the free version. I use it as essentially to brainstorm ideas off, just to get a little bit of a, when I'm not with someone else, I can brainstorm. It's very handy. Just quickly on the phone, just go, what do you think about these ideas? Is there anything I'm missing? Could I be thinking about this in a different way? And it will throw back some ideas. And usually the ideas are not that great, but they give me enough inspiration to think about how to create those other things myself, which is absolutely fine. That's all I need. But tell me, what would be the difference if I had the paid version then, Scott?
So the difference is, there's all kinds of car mechanics out there, but sometimes you just go to the specialist who knows exactly what to do. And that's maybe a bad analogy, but that's the difference. It's the difference between talking to somebody who's generally well educated in the subject matter versus an absolute expert in the subject.
Okay, really? I see.
And you'll get some insight and inspiration the way you do it right now, but it will be that much more profound and powerful with the other language model that you get access to with the paid version.
Okay, so how do you use it then? Because
And you also get,
okay.
I mean, a lot of my experiences with the paid version of ChatGPT, but not exclusively. You can do some other pretty cool things with AI. Now, I'm going to sort of jump to the end of where this is going at the moment. I bet by the time, there's going to be a few weeks between recording this and releasing it, and there's going to be already a dramatic shift. But the new trend in AI is having it operate against your own private data. What does that mean? I'm going to give you a hypothetical. We have a library of proposals, estimates, timesheets, invoices, and work that we've done.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to estimate how much time a job is going to take at the beginning. So it's a bit of an art. I have yet to do this, but it is very achievable to now take my private data that I don't want anybody else to see, but feed it into an AI system and say, without having to tell it anything other than, this is my invoice data, these are my old estimates, these are my proposals. And then the next time, just ask the system, what's the estimate for this? How much time should I put towards this? I have a client with this kind of need. Please give me back a proposal. And it will have the ability to analyze and summarize and help you down that journey, all the while kind of refining its capabilities. Now, we have a relatively small sample set, the size of company that we are. But if you are a larger company and you have 10 times as many proposals and estimates, then the power of this gets a heck of a lot stronger. So
that's this in ChatGPT, or is this other AI models that are
there are different models. So ChatGPT is working on this. They've just released it to some of their customers where you can have a private language model or a private instance. That's what I'm trying to looking for. Yeah. So that's going to be the big thing that businesses are going to want to figure out how to take advantage of, is what can your existing data do for you when you connect it to AI. So you can do really simple things as an individual right now. So I'll give you another example. I was working on some analysis for a client the other day, market analysis, and I had a spreadsheet of 62,000 different data points about sort of their competitors, their language, their resources, their content. I had downloaded it all using another tool, and I had gone, okay, well, I have this incredibly large list of content and information now. How can I parse through this? And I've done this before manually, and I've built my own spreadsheets and functions and done some statistical analysis against this data. I just uploaded the raw spreadsheet in Excel format, 62,000 records, to ChatGPT. There's a little attachment icon, and I fed it in, and then I started asking questions. What are the common themes in here? What is missing when you compare it to my business? What and it is spitting back to me stuff that is very relevant, that allowed me to spot those opportunities instantly. It's not enough to then tell me what to do and what all the insights, but all of a sudden I, as the human, knew exactly what to scrutinize, where to dig further, what to highlight, how to differentiate. And that was mind-blowing to me. That was the one moment in the past year where I went, holy crap.
What are the impacts then on administrative staff in with the introduction of AI that is able to do a lot of the work that that you can now spend $20 a month on, that you're paying maybe a full-time salaried person for?
Yeah, that full-time salary person now gets that much more effective at their job, and their throughput and efficiency becomes that much greater. So we've started to adopt these tools. We get everybody to use them because it makes them smarter. It makes them more powerful, more efficient. We're not doing 20 minutes of work and then passing it off as an hour and saying, well, isn't that fun? We just, the same amount of work in half the time, but we get paid a full hour for it. No. We're now able to come through to because our competitors are doing the exact same thing. So our clients are going to get higher quality, better insights, faster thing, and they'll be able to go further and build more on the same budgets that they want.
Excellent. That's really good. That's really good.
Up to speed faster. It gets them. They're stuck. Like boom, that kind of thing.
Would you, and I know this is an admin question, but I want it to be part of the the episode as well. Would you be able to, in the show notes, add in all of the different tools that you're using at the moment? Because I think they could be valuable for other businesses that are listening as well to learn about.
I certainly can. Yeah, I mean we're primarily using OpenAI and ChatGPT, but we're also leveraging some of the Microsoft tools, and we use some of the tools that come from Adobe as well. So
fantastic.
Yeah, those are the three. We'll certainly link to them. Yeah.
Okay. No, that's really interesting. I mean, how else have you been using the AI systems from a business development perspective? Are you using it to help with prospecting or customer profiling or anything like that?
Well, okay. So from a business development perspective, I'm using it to help generate content. I am not using it to just write the blog post and publish it.
No, of course.
It's a little bit. Everybody now quickly recognizes a blog post. It's got this classic summary, a bullet point, collection of detail, and then a conclusion at the end. I'm like, you see a post that's written that way, you're like, come on, put a little effort in. Nevertheless,
that is how I write my posts. That is a good way of writing a post. It's like an introduction. Here's the content, here's the summary.
And that's what our English teachers all taught us to do. Yeah. AI just takes it and goes a little bit too far with it, I think.
Okay.
So from a business development perspective, it is helping develop content, proofread, write, and summarize documents, proposals, that kind of thing. And so for example, we are we provide a certain service, and I needed to articulate that, and I needed to then also have a more robust resume for the staff on our team that deliver this service. It's a kind of service that people want to know, who's my consultant, what have they had, and I was like, oh, I don't want to have to write a resume and a bio for 4 or 5 people or wait for them to do that. So I wrote my own, and I liked it, and I fiddled with it, and then I uploaded it to ChatGPT, and I said, I need another one of these for this person instead, and I fed in the Coles notes, the summary of like, and this person has worked on these projects and has this background, but I need you to look on the internet, and I pointed it to another source, and I said, and then give me back the same thing in the same structure with the same copy length, but for this other person. And it nailed it.
Fantastic.
So it's a great way to sort of speed up your process. And it's a value. It's not like I don't feel you can contradict me here that I'm sort of cheating the system. I'm accelerating my capabilities, and this is still a document that we are going to share when needed to help deliver the service, engage with the prospect, that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, I think for things like that, where you are, creating content that is very high level, that's fine. I think when you expect to be, as I mentioned in the last episode of writing a book, I know that there's a lot of people out there now who are using AI simply to create the content for books. Those books are not going to be very interesting, and they're going to be really rubbish. And also, they can never copyright that because, of course, the content is generated by AI. So it's a rather strange approach to go down, I think.
Well, and then
using it for the real content. I mean, but for the high level stuff, absolutely fine, I think.
And then there's an argument that then dilutes the effectiveness of AI, because as our artificially generated content volumes increase, AI is continuing to consume all new content published,
I
with
see,
it
yeah.
consuming its own content, and then it's degrading the quality of the outcome without a genuinely unique human contribution. So there is in the science of all this a worry that that will cause a problem in the greater world. So one, I think it's poor quality. I think you can tell when it's just kind of been overly automated. But I do also then think that there are ways to use it effectively to generate something that is uniquely valuable.
Wow. Thank you very much, Scott. Really, really interesting, really valuable. I will look further into this after this episode. Thank you.
My pleasure. I hope so. Again, for anybody listening, my big takeaway is go and use a paid version. The paid version of ChatGPT is what we have found great success with.
Superb. Well, I think we've definitely
there's no compensation. I'm not commercially endorsing it. It's just a good, strong recommendation.
But if they do want to send money to us, I'll post our bank details in the.
I have no problem with that.
I think we've covered everything. I think we really got a lot out of that episode. Thank you very much, Scott. Really appreciate it. If anyone wants to get in touch with us, find out more about AI or any of the other things that we talk about on our episodes, go to tandtimbits.com. You can get in touch with us multiple ways on there. Sign up to listen to us on a regular basis, and we look forward to hearing and seeing you on the next episode.
Thanks, Andy. Great chat. Cheers.